Just a quick introduction to myself. My name's Gary. I work as a principal consultant for a professional services company based in London who specialise in ISO, international standards. One of my jobs is to create content to help clients with their interpretation and understanding of ISO requirements, and beyond that, to introduce best practice into business. My contact details can be found at the website below. So today I'm going to explain our offerings, which are twofold. The first is achieving certification for the first time and/or what is known as an extension to scope, and the second is our retained services. So all our work is delivered against these three pillars. First, to understand your motivations, your objectives, and that we put together a solution that's fit for purpose and that we're not over-engineering anything. Second, making sure that we have the right knowledge, understanding and skills. If we're working on several standards at one time, there may be more than one consultant needed. And then finally, we want to become a trusted member of your management team that you can rely on for support. To start with, any initiative that takes time and capital investment should be approached as a project. It goes without saying, project management will be ingrained in our approach. Larger organisations, larger implementations will need more of a business case to justify expenditure. We can help engage with a third-party certification body to start building up a budget and help define what the benefits will be. This now leads into the following. So looking at consultancy and advisory in a bit more detail, so achieving certification for the first time, typically our roadmaps to achieve certification are based on 4 phases around the following activities and outcomes. So phase 1 is where we put together the business case, change management, resource and capacity planning. Then we go through roles and responsibility, agreeing those resources and essentially sort of future-proofing the system, how it's going to be looked after. Phase 3 is deploying the agreed sort of tools and techniques. And then finally, the conformity assessment process. If you want a copy of very simplified roadmap, a one-page document, it can be available upon request. So now looking at retained services, these are scalable depending on either the resources or preferences you have. With operational support, we look at areas such as change control, how we communicate those changes, perhaps looking at the differences between version, revision and issue control. With first party auditing, internal auditing, there's a requirement to have a program. You may have an audit team that need coordinating with follow-up activity. Then depending on the scope and scale of your supply chain and the risk within it, there could be a requirement to perform some second party audits. And then with management review, can be done annually, looking at the performance of quality management system, looking at areas such as KPIs, key performance indicators. And then finally, you may need some assistance with hosting the third party audits, especially in the early days. It's not uncommon. So please feel free to contact us. Details can be found at the website below. We'd be happy to meet initially to discuss your project requirements at no cost or obligation.